everybody, Al Bernstein here with our preview of the light heavyweight unification match between the ageless wonder Bernard Hopkins, who puts his IBF light heavyweight title on the line, against WBA champ Beibut Shumenov. Now that fight will be in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, April 19th. And it is a very intriguing matchup, with Hopkins trying to continue his amazing run at age 49 and Beibut Shumenov trying to beat Hopkins and unify the titles. For the 30-year-old Shumenov, a fighter who hails from Kazakhstan and in fact represented that country in the 2004 Olympics, he is still relatively inexperienced as a pro, 14-1 with 9 KOs, and amazingly won the title in his 9th fight as a professional. Now, he comes into this match off a knockout win over Tomas Kovacs in a very impressive performance, and now he is stepping onto the biggest stage of his life in a fight against Bernard Hopkins. As for the 49-year-old Hopkins, he currently has the light heavyweight title, the IBF version, that he won from Tavoris Cloud. In his last fight, Hopkins fought Karo Murat, defending that title, and it was in fact an action fight, which isn't always associated with Hopkins, and there were moments where Hopkins showed some erosion in his defensive skills as Murat was able to nail him with some big punches, but Hopkins won the unanimous decision. Now, interestingly, Hopkins has not scored a knockout since 2004 when he knocked out Oscar de la Hoya, so the chances of this fight going the distance are pretty good. With all that said, let's go to the keys to victory. For Beibut Shumenov, being busy is very, very important, especially when you're facing a 49-year-old who doesn't want to fight every second of every round. Now, he can't be distracted by all the shenanigans that Hopkins will throw at you during the course of a fight. He's got to be very focused on what he does. The overhand right is a punch that occasionally will land against Hopkins, and Shumenov has a good one. That punch would be an important one for him to use in this fight. Bernard Hopkins wins by controlling the pace in his fights and making you fight at his pace. And I think early on in the match, Hopkins wants to show Shumenov that he's in there with the master and create some doubt early, either with power punching or just by distracting him or showing him defense that Shumenov can handle. The left hook is a punch that can land against Shumenov, and Bernard Hopkins, especially in recent fights, has unveiled that punch to good effect to both the body and the head. Bernard Hopkins defies description. He's 49 years old and still performing at an extremely high level. This fight with Shumenov does represent an intriguing challenge for him. Of course, Shumenov is 19 years younger, but then everybody's younger than Bernard Hopkins that fights him these days. But Shumenov is a very active fighter and one who will take the battle to Bernard Hopkins. Well, that fight will be seen in the United States on Showtime, and I'll be privileged to announce the match, and it should be a good one.